good evening, dear listener. You join me at the pub. This pub is called the Koala's Digestive Tract, where normally we would be having a little beer and a little bit of a chat and a deep dive into a particular aspect of puzzle making, as is our usual repartee. However, for those listening in for the past couple of episodes would know of the sudden tragic demise of my fellow puzzlers. We played Osman Richards' House of Death games, and because of a golden snitch technicality, I came up on top, although Bailey was only 1 point behind me. But unfortunately, it means that I was the sole survivor of the death games, and Aled, Bailey, and Mike all lost their lives, as well as an NPC called Crossmax, who he's the nephew of the host, so fuck that guy. Anyway, I'm Jamie, and today I'm drinking a lovely Christmas-flavoured mead from Monkhide Meadery. This was a Christmas present that I got. And I know that by the time this episode airs, it'll be like May, but whatever. It's Christmas. I was going to say it's Christmas everywhere somewhere, but that's not true. Christmas is very definitely on one day a year, famously so. But yeah, bottoms up, bon voyage. Oh, yeah, Christ, that is Christmassy. I should have drunk at Christmas time, but hey-ho, there we go. Right, well, what should we talk about? It's just me and you. Nah, you don't listen to me for in the next half an hour. That's not fair. Let's see if there's a knock at the door and see if somebody's on the other side, shall we? So we'll wander over to the front door of the Koala's Digestive Tract, which is a ramshackle wasteland pub, in the sort of a Mad Max dive bar. Think of the Star Wars Cantina in Mos Eisley, mixed with your sort of garden variety Weatherspoons in Scunthorpe. That's the kind of vibe that we're going for. Let's open the front door. Oh, look who it is. We have Mike, Bailey, and Aled, fresh from their adventures and certainly not dead. Hello, everybody.
Oh,
Truth.
Oh, we're alive.
Crikey Moses. Bloody hell. Oh, God,
I thought
knows what that was. Sorry.
I'd assumed you'd all be eaten and passed through the tract of a koala. So it's good to see that's not the case. Hello, everybody.
We're a bit stinky, but it's all good.
Yeah, great for the skin, it turns out.
The koala
Yeah,
digestive tract. Yes.
Cleansing.
Well, it's like that
It's
special
the
coffee
eucalyptus and the chlamydia. That's what's it.
But it's like, that
Can't forget that
coffee
chlamydia.
where like weasels pick out the best coffee beans. Maybe the koalas only pick the finest puzzlers. And then Jamie harvests them afterwards.
Well, I feel
pop out of the little beans. Hello.
out of the little koala butthole.
Yeah.
Like the scene from Ace Ventura 2 when he comes out of the rhino.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
I do feel terrible about leaving you all to die, so it's my round. So who's drinking what? Let's go Mike, Bailey, Aled.
I'm Mike. Hello. I'm drinking a Doom Bar. It's an old man's amber ale. It's a classic. It's very, very tasty. Nice and smooth and fruity. It's one of those ones that smells kind of fun and fruity and beery. Also a little bit like fairy liquid and a little bit like farts. So proper English amber ale. Lovely.
Sounds delightful. And I am drinking a lovely little white wine called Queen Bee. And it's I'm not going to say this right, so apologies for any people that actually know wine, but it's a Viognia. And it's from the Gab family wine. Viognia. It's very nice. It's something to do with bees, and it's from South Africa. It's very tasty. I found it in the house, and I can't remember where it's from. So, bottoms up. Well, koala bottoms up. So I just came out of it.
Yeah, thank you, Shilpa. I am mead powered and I'm unstoppable. Also, after this Christmas mead is gone, I've got 3 miniature bottles from Nidhogger to satisfy my thirst afterwards, because it's only a small bottle, you see, so I need more.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, there we go. Aled, what can I get you?
Oh, Diet Coke.
Good man.
I know, boring, but hey
Good
ho.
stuff. Hey, your
done.
will is stronger than mine, so well done.
You're so healthy these days, Alan. The time was you'd be at least
well
one bottle
done.
of bread down by now.
I know, but I'd also be incoherent by this point as well, would I not?
Yeah, but entertainingly so. You'd have been incoherently chaotic at this point. Jamie would be like, I'm in the pub on my own. And you'd be like, no, you're not. It's me, Alan. I've got a hammer and a gun.
Burst through the wall.
Anything can happen.
Burst through the wall like the Kool-Aid man, but more threatening. Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yucky da.
Why does it sound more fake when you do it, Bailey? I don't understand.
Me? What?
Yeah.
What?
The yucky
fake?
da.
What? The Welsh?
Yeah, it sounds like a piss take when you do it, and I don't know why.
Thanks, Mike. Jesus Christ, you're as bad as John. Just like the most English sounding Welsh person he's ever met. It's like, thank you very much. Oh, God. Take away my whole heritage. Jesus.
Lovely. Yes, before we get into the nitty gritty of a particular aspect of puzzling and game design, just want to say, dedicate this episode to some of our newest Patreons. So that's Tonya Halverson, Will Bain, and Abigail. Thank you all. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you'll stay for a good time and a long time. And check out the live recordings, check out all the puzzly stuff that we got going on. Take full advantage of that Patreon before the feds come and shut it down for stuff that we say that's horrible.
Unpatriotic.
That actually happened now, couldn't it?
You probably could.
What a time to be alive, eh?
I know.
Who'd have thought that we were doing renegade radio? But just too dangerously.
Pirate radio. We'll just get a little ship off the coast and
that
do
film
some
was
pirate
great.
radio. No.
It was a great movie, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't it make you kind of want to buy like an oil platform or something somewhere and just
That would be nice.
live a
Live our
miserable
days.
dysentery-filled existence there?
Well,
But
there's a
broadcasting
there's an oil platform off in the North Sea somewhere that's its own sovereign nation. It's like a micro thing, Sealandia. So let's just do that.
Well, let's do our own like little cult.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. Yeah.
We'll start off. We'll take over a
Maybe don't call it a cult.
Well, come on, that's how it all starts.
Collective.
We'll just we'll just have our own little commune, and then before you know it, you're the Mansons. So
Everyone's happy to leave whenever they want, except don't.
yes.
Yeah, you're free to leave whenever you want, as long as I say so, and on my terms.
But we might as well just move to America then.
so spicy.
The listener.
Sorry.
I think are they really keen on people leaving at the moment?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Jesus, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I thought that was like the whole thing. I thought that was sort of like,
That's the point of it.
Yeah, actually, they wouldn't want us, would they?
No.
we'd be immigrants, which is
we would.
really not what they want.
We wouldn't get visas.
Outspoken Welsh folk. No, we got rid of you guys in the 19th century.
Yeah.
Get out.
Oh man.
What are we talking about today? Oh yes.
I say so this is your subject. You should know. You're the one who.
I suggested it.
Oh yeah, this getting
yes,
the soapbox ready.
So, in these pubisodes, we will do a bit of a deep dive into a very specific aspect of escape room design, industry, puzzle making, what have you. And this week, we want to tackle the subject of what is a puzzle. Very big subject. Very big subject. And I think it was quite fitting given the topic that we had for the last few episodes of the House of Games, where loads of different kind of puzzly things, and then merging that into an escape room scenario. And I think depending on where you come from and what sort of angle you're going at, are the things in Richard Osman's House of Games puzzles? I open to the floor.
Mm.
Well, what is a puzzle?
Something that makes the brain think, potentially in ways it wouldn't normally.
Yeah.
So like an abstract task.
It's something that makes the neurons fire.
Okay. So would you say that like the tasks in Taskmaster, would they count, some of those count as puzzles?
I would.
Did you think creatively about a
outside the
solution?
box? Yeah. I think it just kind of pushes you to to sort of think of all like different possibilities and kind of use all the information at your disposal. Like
And bend the rules a bit.
yeah. Like yeah, I suppose that's the thing with Taskmaster. Like maybe in the puzzles that we're using, like in escape rooms and in this kind of sense, there is obviously usually the puzzle maker there's a linear, like, or not, maybe not linear, but like you need to find this clue and you need to get out. Whereas with Taskmaster, it's not so much a puzzle because they can make the task that fits their idea of what the task is. Does that mean?
They can interpret the wording of the task,
yeah,
and then justify it. Yeah,
but then is that a puzzle then? Because that's almost like a sort of a meta. That's sort of the meta game, isn't it? Is that working out ways?
Maybe not.
I mean, for me, a puzzle has a solution, but it's a solution that's not immediately apparent.
Yeah,
So,
I suppose
for example,
go. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was thinking like a jigsaw puzzle, for example. Obviously, the picture is the solution, but then you've got to work out how all the bits fit together in order to kind of put it together. And then, Jamie, I can see you're about to jump in.
I'm gonna.
But then, like, a kind of a classic escape room puzzle or whatever is a task where what you need to do to make it, to solve it, may not immediately be apparent. I mean, that's an unbelievably crude, internal definition of it, and I'll wank on about ontology and epistemology in a bit. But Jamie looked like he was itching at the trousers to burst in there.
Like jigsaw puzzles, I don't like jigsaw puzzles anyway. They confuse and frighten me, and I'm terrible at them. I personally don't consider jigsaw puzzles a puzzle because you can, in theory, just stumble into the right answer by picking up two random pieces, smushing them together. Oh, that doesn't fit. I'll rotate it. Doesn't fit. Next piece, rotate. It's a task. It's a process. You just go. You can.
It's brute force, no matter what.
Yeah,
Make it fit.
there's no way.
Lock.
Oh.
A directional lock.
Yeah, that's a good point. You can technically brute force a combination lock. Yeah, I suppose the rules of the game stop you doing that, and the artificial time limit helps with that. But that is a very good point. But the lock itself isn't the puzzle. It's how you locate the numbers for that lock. So the lock itself doesn't matter. I suppose a padlock with a key lock, that's not a puzzle. It's the clue that you follow to find out where the key is hidden. Not even just hiding the key. Finding the key, I wouldn't consider a puzzle. That's just finding shit.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, because there's always a bit of a kind of distinction between what's basically just busy work and a puzzle. So I've done a couple of rooms actually before where you were basically just given like a long maths problem to solve on a calculator, and that gave you the code to put into a thing. And that wasn't really a puzzle. It was just, this will occupy you for 5 minutes of pure frustration.
But if you like maths, is it because does it come down to if you enjoy it, then would you think it's, I enjoy this, so it's more of a puzzle? Because when you were saying about the puzzle, like jigsaw puzzles not being a puzzle, like to a point maybe, I suppose when you go into an escape room or, for example, like the answer's in front of you, you just got to find it. And it's the same with the jigsaw, like the answer's there, you've got everything you need, it's just finding it. So is that, I don't know.
Is that not the same with maths though? Because you can't really I suppose you can brute force maths, but theoretically there's going to be one calculation that gets you there.
Yeah, I mean, maths puzzles are generally just the devil's playground.
I can't, it's not, that's
GCSE,
not how my brain works.
The flashbacks alone from that. Okay, what about things like then crosswords and word searches, the stuff that you see in like magazines and newspapers and stuff? Like those are usually, people often say it's a crossword puzzle, it's a word search puzzle. Would you consider those?
It's a test of how much vocabulary you have, more than anything.
Your celebrity knowledge, which Mike has.
Yeah, but it's all working on the prerequisite of knowledge.
Yeah,
if you haven't got those words in your vocabulary, you're never going to solve it.
Because you're right, the kind of the accepted custom in escape rooms is that you shouldn't need to bring kind of inherent knowledge into a room. Like everything you need should be in front of you. But you're right, with like a crossword puzzle and stuff, it's assuming that you're able to, or fucking cryptic crosswords, which can get in the absolute bin. And I wondered is anybody here familiar with ontology and epistemology?
I've heard of those terms after reading your book.
They are words.
So would you like to learn two long-sounding and complicated words that are actually really easy to apply and that you can apply in your daily life and will make you sound fancy? Okay, so ontology is very basically, is a thing a thing? Does a thing exist? So our ontological question here would be, what's a puzzle? Is X a puzzle? Is Y a puzzle? That is fundamentally an ontological question. So ontology is whether a thing is a thing. And then epistemology is literally just how you decide. So epistemology would be the method by which you decide, is this a puzzle? And there's loads of different epistemological approaches. You could go, okay, we're going to survey 1,000 people. We're going to survey 1,000 people in the escape room industry and say, what are the characteristics of a puzzle to you? And then at the end, we'll do like a big kind of qualitative analysis and kind of have our top themes and go, okay, it's X, Y, and Z. And then you build that into a rubric. And then that becomes your epistemological method. That rubric gives you a set of logical tests that you go, okay, does it, for example, draw on inherent knowledge? Does it, or does it not need inherent knowledge to solve? Does it involve putting together two pieces of abstract information? Does it involve some sort of cognitive something or other? Like, you end up with that. Alternatively, your epistemological method could be that you look at the literature and you go, oh, actually, there's, Dr. Frangibald Pump, professor of amateur donkey shagging at Loughborough University, has actually published like 2 books on this subject, and we can apply his logical tests and taxonomy to it. So yeah, basically, fundamentally, it's an ontological question, which I would suggest means that if we between us could decide a kind of a set of criteria or rubric, would give us an epistemological test for what is and isn't a puzzle. But there you go. Those are 2 words you can use in your everyday doings. Ontology is a thing. Epistemology, how do we work out?
Well, I've learned something. I thought epistemology was what I had in 9, to be fair. Just I now realise that's episiotomy? I can't even say it.
Oh, I thought you just pissed yourself. Okay, that makes
no, I didn't piss myself. Well, I might have. I can't remember, Mike. I was delirious, in pain, and on gas and air. So, but yeah, episiotomy. That's what I'm thinking.
Episiotomy. Yeah, very different.
Yes. So so now I know that this and what etymology. I know my words. Ooh.
Hey.
So there we go. All the ologies.
That was very smart. I kind of got sidetracked a little bit when you said the words amateur donkey shagging, because that implies the existence of professional donkey shagging. It's some sort of league. Where was the donkey shagging league hanging out?
Well, it's all about earning enough to sort of sustain yourself, isn't it?
It's a living.
Got to sow them oats to attract donkeys.
No judgment.
Yeah, the work is terrible, but the fringe benefits are excellent. We get dental, we get 4 days paid.
Dental, I prefer it when the donkeys don't have teeth.
Jesus wept.
They nip.
They nip. Speaking from experience.
Yeah, the little rising pitch at the end sounds like that there's trauma there.
No, Buttercup. All right.
So what
straw hat?
If no outside knowledge, I think, is an assumed thing of what makes a puzzle not a puzzle. Like, if you need assumed knowledge, then this is the soapbox moment. Then I would say that riddles can fuck right off. They have no place in an escape room. They are not a puzzle. They are just a test of general knowledge. Either you know it or you don't. It's like it's like being part of a clique, not being part of a clique. Everyone else knows the fucking answer. And you're just there going, I don't know. What do you put into a bucket to make it lighter? I'm not going to work it out. You have to tell me the answer, and then I know. But would you agree with that? Riddles, do they have a place in escape rooms?
I think it comes back to, because I suppose if you don't have any interest or knowledge in that subject area, you just shut down and just like, there's no fun and I don't want to solve it. I think it comes down to that. And I get what you mean, like, because I've definitely been in that club of one where everyone was like, oh, I know the answer to this riddle. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm a bloody numpty, then I have no freaking clue, and you just carry on and solve it. I don't care. And then I think you kind of check out then of wanting to. I think a puzzle is something you want to be part of and you want to solve, like, and you want to do. I think like because if you don't want to do it, like, just stay in the room. Like,
don't go outside.
Definitely don't go outside.
I mean, the time will run out. You'll just get out. It's fine. But like the whole point, I think the whole point of a puzzle is not the whole point. Sorry, that's a bit stepping ahead. But a part of a puzzle is wanting to solve it. Yeah. And if you come up against a puzzle that you have either no knowledge of, or just kind of switch off because it doesn't turn you on, like, pretty much, then you just don't want to, like, you just kind of like, oh, well, I'll let you guys, like, or well, I mean, I can't do this. So, I mean, Mike's been in enough rooms where I've been like, clue.
Oh, Bailey, they're still giving us the brief.
Clue. I want to get out. But yeah. So I don't.
Alan, you look like you were going to jump in there, mate.
I think on the topic of riddles, it depends on what the answer is. So if you look at a riddle like what gets wetter the more it dries, you don't need, you can just use logic to work it out.
A towel.
Exactly.
I'm so with you on this because I think this for me, this again might form a good criteria for us for our building epistemological method of a rubric for what is a puzzle. But there's lots of like all the famous riddles are quite shit.
Yeah.
So what walks on 4 legs in the day, and it's like 2 legs at afternoon, 3 legs in the evening, 2.5 mid-afternoon, that sort of thing. And it's like, oh, it's a baby. And it's like, it's not fucking walking, it's crawling. That's the assumption. And it's shit. And there's multiple answers because, like, a guy with a limp and a stand. But a good like escape room riddle is one with a clear logical answer, where once you see the connection, it's like, okay, it's unequivocal. There's a clear line to it. For me, that would add a criteria, which is that there is a logical, clear solution. Which I think a lot of the famous shit riddles, or at least the riddles that are satisfying in stories and very unsatisfying in escape rooms, don't share.
I would add to that then a logical, clear solution that's contextual to the theme or to the room. Because just throwing a random riddle in, I had it in an escape room. The final puzzle to exit the room was a riddle. What's at the Oh God! It was like, what's at the end of the universe, the beginning of everything, and it's the letter E. And either you know that as a riddle, or you're just going, "Well, that's not a fucking puzzle," and it leaves such a dampener, and it completely out of nowhere in this room.
So just totally like no context at all.
It was just that was just the question that you answered to get out of the room. It leaves a really bad taste in your mouth. So I think if there's a riddle in a room, I think it needs to have that context to it that makes it fit within the world that you're sat in, so that you can piece it together. So like if you've got the towel one, the what gets wetter the more it dries, like making sure that there's something in that room, a towel or a radio, that kind of that you can
something to link it.
Yeah, something you can go, oh shit, yeah, of course, that makes sense now, rather than just, why the fuck have they asked me that? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I think once you have that view on something, it's really hard to. And when it's something like escape rooms, we do, like we've talked about, it's a kind of like it's a form of entertainment.
Yeah,
and if it includes something that not just doesn't entertain you, that you really hate, you actively dislike and hate,
you don't want to feel.
Then
stupid.
You're like, oh well, this is shit, man. Like this, I don't want to do this. Like, and I think you just shut down.
But what one person's one of those though. One person's hated puzzle type, another person's manner. I am shockingly bad at elimination logic puzzles. Laura can do them. She hears the things and she internally ticks it off in her head and goes, "It's this."
Oh wow!
And I don't hate those puzzles normally because I'm doing them around Laura, which is fine because I just like know that she'll solve it instantly.
Yeah,
but I would suggest that like your personal preference for a puzzle type doesn't necessarily determine whether or not a thing's a puzzle. I say, Jamie, didn't you throw this one out to the community as well? What do they come with?
I did, yeah. So I posted the question up on the Puzzle People Facebook group. They're wonderful people, and like a lot of really great designers on there as well. Some good names, and yeah, got a lot of comments, a lot of discussion on this one, which is really good. So some of the key things I think that a lot of people agreed on for what a puzzle is that there's a clear problem that can be solved with the information and the tools that you've been provided. So again, no outside knowledge. Anything that needs that outside knowledge or sort of ambiguous clues negates it as a puzzle. Another thing that was really interesting was a lot of chatter about process versus puzzle. So if you have a set of a bit of Morse code and you find the alphabet and you translate the Morse code, that's not a puzzle. It's a process. You turn that Morse code into French with a phrase book, you're not solving a puzzle. You're just translating French from the guidebook. So the thing about making it a puzzle is identifying the patterns, making the connections, and then being surprised. So it's not translating the Morse code that's the puzzle. It's doing something to either find or unlock the key, or realizing that it's a Morse code in the first place. So there was in the last one shot that we did with Eloise Corvo, Mary and I, we had a puzzle that was in an arcade cabinet, and there was a flickering light on an arcade machine, and we assumed it was Morse code because, oh yeah, of course, flickering lights, dot dash dot dash. But it turns out it was something else. It was a direction lock based on certain where the flickers were happening. So that outside knowledge actually went against us a little bit. But if you're trying to like decipher a code, if it's Morse code and you've got the sort of the audio clues of the dots and dashes, probably everyone would recognize that. But it's how you obscure that information so people would go, oh shit, that's actually Morse code. And you might not even realize it until you've been given the key later on. And that's been there the whole time. And the last thing they said as well is that a good puzzle makes players feel smart. And it's enjoyable problem solvers. That you don't, if a puzzle makes you feel stupid, the puzzle designer's failed. It's not about them, it's about the player.
Again, it goes back to a puzzle being a form of entertainment, not for the people doing the puzzle and making them enjoy it and have fun. Like, people do puzzles outside of work and out in their free time.
Yes.
Well, I mean, okay, like not okay. Sorry,
I mean, Jamie does during work hours, but let's not.
Yeah. Well, but do you know what? People book escape rooms on a weekend to go and have fun. Like, people buy the Sunday Times to do the crossword because they. Oh, okay, whatever.
Because they're in unhappy marriages.
But. It could be that, but yeah. So they find happiness elsewhere, So it's just like,
I suppose better in a crossword than in the arms of another lover.
Maybe, yeah. But who knows?
Christ, if I was with Sudoku, I'd be fucking the neighbour right now.
Maybe they could be doing it post-coitally. I don't know, but it's just but people generally do puzzles to have fun.
Yeah. I want a slight segue. Just quickly, Mohit in the chat has just said that the theme tune for QI is in Morse code.
Yes.
That's what?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Isn't there a website for it or something that they mentioned?
That's incredible.
There's the Morse code spells out a website.
That's amazing.
Or some kind of domain. I'm sure I've something
that's
to
the kind
do
of
with Alan.
I want in an escape room.
Alan, Zero and StephenHero.com.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, Alec, you were about to say something before I interrupted.
I forgot.
Oh, man, sorry.
Oh, mate.
Sorry. That's the word. I feel bad.
If it's any consolation, I was going to start talking about... now, Margaret, now that I've fired my Brill cream, it's time to do the Sunday medium difficulty. That wasn't worth the wait.
I'm lathered
Why
and ready
are
to
we
go.
going back to Brill cream again?
Because you seem to have introduced a logic that crosswords can only be solved when you're having an affair. Yeah. So you must have had.
No,
it must be.
No, what?
Accurate.
Mike insinuated that. I just said people do things to make them happy, and the crossword might be one of those things.
And now the only image I have in my head is of two people in a bed with a crossword, having had sex, but with a cigarette, but not just a cigarette. It's a cigarette on one of those really elongated sticks.
In a whole
made of
Do
brass
the
or like
crossword.
gold, just going, 5 across.
And as they complete each one, they just burn a hole in the number. Like that.
What do you
I'll
think,
never
Jamie?
look at a
Looks over
crossword the
full
same
gag.
way now.
So I just want to throw out on your... So, Jamie, you opened this with a question, which was, what's a puzzle? I feel like there's two things that are coming out of it. Like two basically epistemological tests as to what a puzzle is. One is what's a puzzle. The other is what's a good puzzle.
Okay. Yeah.
A good puzzle, very much dependent on context. So a good puzzle in a paper would be a good one to have after your post-coital affair with the person that you're not married to, you dirty little bastard.
Dog.
Just fess up. Like, just turn to your wife over the end of your very long table, past the nanny, who you're also shagging, and tell them that you're doing the Sudoku with somebody else after fucking them.
That explains all the Brill cream you've ordered off Amazon.
I don't have to buy Brill cream.
Something about Mary, something about Michael. That's where all your hair went. It just got slicked
I know.
back.
Do you know what it was?
Too far.
It was just so sticky. I pushed, and the whole scalp went off in
the
one.
follicle just came out.
That's why I got this one really hairy hand.
You've backcombed it so much it's just gone onto your back.
not from the. So a puzzle. is a clear problem which does not require outside knowledge or ambiguity, outside of, I'd say, a set of kind of shared cultural kind of baseline knowledge, which would include the alphabet, the concept that Morse is a thing, etc. It's not a process, but instead requires the solver to use patterns and or connections in order to solve it. A good puzzle is one that you want to do. It makes you feel smart and is fun and or satisfying. How does that sound as a kind of a two-step set of criteria?
Yes.
I think that's great.
Because we could then apply that backwards to some other puzzles that we did today. Because you see, that's what we do with epistemological.
Nice.
You test it.
Nice.
You go, okay, so the meta puzzle, for example, in my room, asked you to connect the themes from the game the Just a Minute game that we played, and basically connect the idioms and work out what was missing in them, and then use that to put in the code. So, was that a clear problem?
The pattern was clear, but I knew those idioms. There was no other way for me to know the association between the numbers and the idioms, but I have that knowledge already.
So, wobbly, actually, on the inherent knowledge a little bit, because would you say that's shared cultural knowledge, all of four of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
I think in terms of the room as well, I suppose Jamie just got in there before maybe we would have known more about the room and that kind of thing. So it was kind of with his profound knowledge.
Was it a process?
of idioms.
It was. Yes, it would have been.
It was a process.
It was a
Okay,
process.
So, did it need you to use patterns and or connections to solve it?
The patterns, yes, because you then realised that there was the connection between all four things had a number that was missing. I think, I put that as more pattern than process.
Okay, so patterns and connections. Okay, and now was it a good puzzle? Did it make you feel smart, Jamie?
It did, because I started a twig halfway through rather than when you put the last bit of signposted in, so it did make me feel smart.
Did you want to solve it?
Oh, I was there. I was there.
And was it fun or satisfying?
It was. I enjoyed it.
Okay, so there we go. According to our rubric, that meets the criteria for both a puzzle and a good puzzle.
Hey, top
so
marks,
we know.
Mike. Well done.
I think our rubric works.
Hey.
I say that on the assumption that it's given a nice answer for my puzzle, so I'm happy to not test it any further. But there you go. That's ontology and epistemology in practice.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of quotes from some of the people on that group on what they thought a puzzle was. I'll just shout out a couple of these because these are quite nice things. So one of my favorite ones was from Rita Orlov, who runs Post Curious. If you've not played Rita's games, they're amazing. Emerald Flame she co-designed Light in the Mist. She's done Threads of Fate. Wonderful puzzle designer. She's got a Kickstarter coming up as well for a Greek themed jigsaw puzzle, escape room puzzle fusion. She's one of the cream of the crop. So she says that a puzzle is a designed problem that's intended to be solved, not deliberately just like obtuse. And specifically mentions that, decoding a message that has a key with it, just a process, not a puzzle. And then one of the things that, who agrees? So we had Joanne Smedley, who runs Red Herring Games, said, a coded message is just a message if you're given the key. But finding the key, that's the puzzle. That's the working out of how you solve that rather than just being given the alphabet. And I'll do one more. I did chuckle at this one. So this is Teresa Hansen from Zebra Escapes says that it's not a puzzle if the puzzle is figuring out what the hell it says because you turn the lights down and you're not supposed to read it properly.
Oh my God,
Darkness is not a fucking puzzle, Escape Room Olins. Stop making it dark.
That 100 times that.
Or make the torches easy to find.
And brighter. Recharge your torches.
If it's for atmosphere, fine. If it's to make the puzzles harder, do it again. The mead's kicked in and coming in hot.
So spicy.
If lights off add to like the context or the ambience of the puzzle, that's fair enough. But make it easy to override it.
Yeah, I just have the light switch conveniently there, so you can just click, like I accidentally did in a recent room. There's
so did I.
Switch. You're not supposed to use that. Oh.
Well, it shouldn't be there. If you're not meant to use it.
I think we did that on New Year's Eve as well, didn't we? The exact same scenario, yeah.
Step one, light, click. Luckily, the darkness wasn't there for the puzzles. The darkness was there purely for atmosphere.
I thought they were...
No, you're right. It was just there for the atmosphere.
Yeah, it was.
We tweaked it and we were like, this is much easier.
Yeah,
because we hadn't even found the torches. We were that bad.
Yeah. But it was nice that there was two ways of doing it.
Yeah. But like, so again, searching for shit, not a puzzle.
Yeah. Its own searching for shit can be its own fun thing of having it good, but it's not a puzzle.
Yeah.
I enjoy the find. I'm shitting.
I do like having them rummage through everything and trying to find all the pieces and then doing the puzzle. But I do like the finding.
Escape rooms can have fun tasks and puzzles, but you don't need to call them all puzzles. It's fine to have fun tasks in an escape room.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Look at that, we've nailed it. In half an hour, we've nailed the definition of a puzzle. Something that man has not done since time immemorial. Excellent. I think before we pass through the koala's digestive tract onto our way out, that rounded up nicer than I expected. We're going to go through
koalas poop squares, I think.
That's wombats.
Wombats. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Koalas poop human shapes, apparently, like jelly babies.
Like jelly babies, yeah.
Like, we'll pick a mix, perhaps.
Oh shit, maybe.
Very good.
The conspiracy's blown wide open.
So that prize from the last episode could be koala shit.
It was just us in a bag. That's what it was.
Does it smell like eucalyptus and chlamydia? If so, put it down. What we like to do at the end of our episodes is for each of us to give a little recommendation of something that we've played, listened to, seen, smelt, tasted, touched, made love to, whatever it is that tickles our fancy.
Sudoku puzzle.
Did a lovely riddle last week. It was bloody fantastic.
It was fabulous.
Anybody want to open up with a recommendation they want to give to the audience?
I've got one. So it's not so much. It's an app called Tree App. So I've been using it. So basically, it allows you to plant trees globally in different sites and for free. So they use advertising. So you basically watch a little ad or go through like different. So it's usually kind of B Corp companies and businesses. So it's like different things that kind of have like eco, like they carbon, like work to a carbon neutral or whatever. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's like online games and that kind of thing. You just sit through that, but you plant a tree every day. It's good. Like you can buy trees if you want, but you don't have to. There's no pressure. Free. It's all free. So so it's just like if you've got a spare, like a minute in your day. And then they do like a 7-day streak. So if you do it 7 days in a row, they plant an extra tree for you. So I've been doing it quite a while. And how
many trees you got? What's your forest looking like?
Oh, I think it's over 1,000.
Jesus,
it's like 1,200. I think was today.
Yeah. I'd go see him. I'd go be like, where the fuck?
Where are my trees? But they've got a site in the UK as well. So and then it's like just around the world. Yeah, like some in Africa, South America, that kind of thing. Nepal,
I love it.
I think is one of it. So
I'm getting on that.
Looking at the trusted buy on the site, and I can see like you've got the Economist there and Balfour Beatty and like a load of companies, but you got the NHS as well, and you're like, the hell are the NHS advertising? It's like, get poorly today. Use the NHS. I was going to just sit at home and try and treat this hernia myself with a potato peeler, but now I've seen this ad for the NHS. I might convince my.
I'm there.
For free X-rays. If it's broken or not, we'll fucking scan it.
Minimal radiation.
Bring them in. The kids, the pets, household objects, treasured possessions, safes. We'll scan them.
They could all be up your butt. We'll take them out. NHS.
Being pooped for a koala's digestive tract. Come on in.
Come down with a case of eucalyptus and chlamydia. We'll sort you out.
Good old X-ray will fix it.
I think eucalyptus and chlamydia might be the name of the arc.
I think I've got a scented candle with that, actually. Alan, how about you, mate?
I've been listening to bagpipe music recently, which is quite interesting.
Okay.
It just came. I don't know why. I think I fell down a rabbit hole and found some American who's playing bagpipes, but she's doing covers of like metal songs.
Oh, nice!
No, see, you should have led with that.
Yeah. So I started listening to that stuff, and it sort of just went straight down the rabbit hole there. I'm quite enjoying it.
Do you know the name of the person?
2 seconds.
Because I want in on this.
Yeah, same.
I think Piper Alley.
Right, I'm subscribing.
Nice.
I heard of someone who does the hurdy-gurdy to metal music, but not bagpipes, so I'm getting in on that.
Yeah, it's quite fun. I do enjoy it. It's quite good.
Oh, yeah, I think I've heard this. I think I've seen some clips on TikTok back when I was on TikTok. Yeah.
Amazing.
I think I stumbled across because there was there a horse doing drums in a bath? And then she was doing something, it was really bizarre. And I was like, this is quite fun. And then it just sort of rolled downhill from there. Or should I say uphill? Not sure.
It sounds like the coke is kicked in, but there's a horse. He's doing drums. What the fuck?
Subscribing on
That is an
YouTube.
excellent recommendation. I love it.
I've got 2 recommendations.
Go for it.
First one is a game, Hard Space Shipbreaker. I've been having a lovely time with it recently. You are a working Joe under a mountain of debt, breaking spaceships to pieces and junking them for a living while bad administrators try and give you motivational talks. It's really gentle. It's just kind of like a nice sort of problem-solving game of like, okay, how do I break the hull of this down so I can get the reactor out without it popping and things like that. It's just got a really nice vibe. It's sort of a non-combat game, just perfect for the Steam Deck. I've been really enjoying it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Alan would love it, Bailey. I'm just going to throw it out there. Alan would.
Yeah, I've written it down. Don't worry.
And I've got a book recommendation as well, which I'm conscious I'm really late to the party with this because it's been on Apple TV for forever, but I've done the book now, which is Slow Horses, which I really enjoyed.
Ooh.
Is that a book? I knew about the TV series, but I didn't know about the book.
Yeah, and I can't remember the name of the author now because I just literally went, Slow Horses, I quite fancy that. Slow Horses by a man.
Called
Mick Herron.
Yeah.
Mick Herron.
Brilliant.
Probably long name Michael, probably. Stage name, but cover name Mick Herron. Which is it's about British British intelligence agents, but kind of the arse end of them. So those who have fucked up in a big way, for example, left something important on a train. And yeah, just kind of like a little sort of, I guess, a little thriller. Little drama-y thriller around that. It's really good. It's got a nice, gentle sense of humor to it. It's a bit edgy. It's good. Really enjoyed it.
So that's the one. That's in the show. That's the one with Gary Oldman. Is that one?
I think so. Yeah, I've not watched the show.
I haven't watched it, but to be fair, I've heard Richard Osman and Rooney on talk about it a lot. So yeah.
Based on the title, I thought it was a Western. And I was like, I don't care about that.
So I think it's like Slow Horses. I think it's like they're all like close to retirement or retired.
There's a reason. There's a reason, which you find out in like the first like couple of chapters why they're.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
nice. I love it.
Yeah, but I think that's the Slow Horses potential.
Oh, okay.
I haven't watched it myself. I need to.
I'd say get the book. I did it on Audible because I'm currently listening to a lot of books while I try and rock my truculent child to sleep.
That's fair. My recommendation is another video game. It is a game on Steam called Maniac. So if you are a fan of old school GTA, the top-down pixelated murder spree, and also a fan of like bullet hell survivor games like Vampire Survivors and Brotato and stuff like that, Maniac combines the two quite nicely. So like you start off as like a clown, a guy in a hot dog costume, a cheerleader, whatever it is. You're in this city that's randomly procedural generation, so the city's different every time. The idea is to just survive for 20 minutes while also going on a massive murderous rampage. You can steal cars, ram them into buildings, run over pedestrians, and the little star counter goes up over time like in GTA. So it starts off with the police, the army, the Secret Service, fucking UFOs come in at the end of it, and it's really hard to do it. So it's perfect for people like me who don't have a great deal of time to sit and like do games, but also want to express themselves and have a bit of catharsis by going on a massive murderous rampage to keep the wolves at bay from the old noggin. So
this is fucking brilliant, Jamie.
And it's cheap. It's like less than $5.
You're a Daily Mail article, basically.
I'm a powder keg. I'm just wait.
Video games are ruining our society.
I play violent video games so that I don't murder bystanders.
Precisely, that's the whole point.
That's the outlet. That's the reason for it. It's the people that play the nice shit like Viva Pinata you got to watch out for, because that stuff makes murderers.
Oh, full Columbine, that lot.
I've never been more afraid of my wife than when she was playing Viva Pinata. My God, the things that she would say, the anger, the rage, the fury.
What's Viva Pinata?
It's an old Xbox game where you just make a little garden made of pinata people, and you train worms and garden creatures, and you bust open pinatas.
Yeah, because it looks really nice.
A nice little. Oh my Jesus Christ!
That
fury.
Creates serial killers.
I was afeared, and then we got rid of the Xbox, and things quietened down after that. But yeah, so Maniac, it's on Steam Deck. It's probably on other things. It's like less than a $5. If you've only got like 10 to 20 minutes to play something, and I've had a shit day at work and just want to murder somebody, that's perfect.
Yeah,
I'm wishlisting.
And what's it called again? Maniac.
Maniac, yeah. Yeah, I got it on sale for like £2, so it's more than got its money's worth. So they might have played it.
Is it got a clown doing that?
That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Excellent. There's one more thing before we wrap up, actually. So we have a giveaway, our first Patreon giveaway that I announced on Patreon a few weeks or back. So just for our Patreons, we are giving away a copy of The Man from Sector 6 by the Mystery Agency. So this is a game that, if you've not played the Mystery Agency before, really good, solid puzzle games, really well themed, by Henry Lewis, who's part of Mischief Theatre.
The Henry Lewis.
Yeah, he founded the Mystery Agency. So Henry Lewis from Mischief Theatre that did The Play That Goes Wrong. They're all his games.
Oh, wow. I know.
It's like the fourth game that they've produced now. And there's also a puzzle book as well. Brilliant game. So we've got a copy. I got it from the UK Games Expo last year. And I mentioned to the Patreons that he was there at the Games Expo doing autographs. So I got him to sign my puzzle book. He didn't sign this game because it was covered in shrink wrap, but he did hold the game for me while I fumbled in my bag to give him an Infinite Escape Room pin badge. So he has touched it, which makes it worth more. He's touched the shrink wrap on the outside of the box. So that's something.
Don't open it, basically.
Don't open it. Don't play it. But he also owns an Infinite Escape Room pin badge and puzzle postcard, which is pretty cool. And he was given an open invitation to appear in the podcast. But he's a busy, talented, famous man. He's not going to associate with riffraff like us.
I reckon we get Mario on that, and Mario will have him on in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, good idea.
She's got fingers in pies as well.
Yeah. Well, he's currently doing the comedy about spies in London, which is on from April onwards, I want to say.
Yeah, I really want to
do a new show.
Is that what it's called? The comedy about spies?
Yeah. So it's not the Goes Wrong stuff. But they've also announced Christmas Carol Goes Wrong, and they're doing a tour, and it's coming to Cardiff. And I'm so excited. It's going to be so good.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'd love to do that.
So the Patreons can win a copy of the Mystery Agency's The Man from Sector 6. I will share my screen because we have a list of winners. Well, a list of
Are we announcing them now?
We're going to announce them live.
Oh my God. This is so exciting.
Live on the bloody show. Hang on a sec. Wheel of Names. I think that's the website. I put it on the wrong window and it won't show me the screen. So we're going to do it live. This is the reason why we've had people waiting since 1 o'clock this afternoon, listening to this dribble.
Oh my gosh! I'm so sorry that you've had to sit. Fair play to you.
All right, cool. So we have our list of names. We have Mohit, Chuck Kaplan-Smith, Will and Shilpa Ryder Shankar, Shane and Catherine S, Rebecca Gerard, Will Bain, Karen Kate, Teresa Lander, Carolyn Harbin, and Helen Bailey. You are all entered into the competition. Shall we now select our winner? Drum roll, please.
I've got sound effect.
Oh, you go on.
I've got sound effect.
This is so exciting. I'm so glad to be part of this.
Okay, go. Let's go in. The winner is...
Mohit. Oh my God, Mohit's actually in the live stream.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
Mohit, you have won a copy of The Man from Sector 6 from the Mystery Agency.
Oh, well done.
And I did say initially this is a global thing. We've got like people from all over the world who's entered this. But it's great that I'm pretty sure Mohit is in the UK, so that's fine. Postage is going to be a bit more forgiving, and customs is no longer an issue with it.
I'll tell you what, Jamie, spin it again. We'll send whoever comes up a Twix.
You want to send a Twix to Australia?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Not? Spin it again. We'll send a Twix to someone.
Whoever gets this is getting...
It might not make it through customs.
Maybe...
Why is it a Twix, not a Mars bar?
Maybe a British biscuit, like custard creams or...
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Jaffa cakes. Jaffa cakes, because they were in the No, were they? Yeah, they were. The Jaffa Fakes.
Jaffa Fakes. All right, we'll spin it again, and whoever gets
Jaffa
it.
Fakes, it could be the Aldi version.
They get some Jaffa Fakes. All right, here we go. Ready? Let's do it.
Yes.
For the runner-up prize of potentially a Jaffa cake. Drum roll.
I think a whole box. We can probably spring for a whole box.
A whole box?
One singular Jaffa cake.
One stale Jaffa cake pummeled to a fucking paste in international travel.
Just in an envelope.
Go.
Yeah.
Oh, who's getting the Jaffa
so
cakes?
Exciting.
I wish there wasn't lag.
Oh,
it's lagged out.
It's
lagged out. Oh no, Anne-Catherine S. has won the Jaffa
Hey, well done,
Well done. Excellent. So we will send, Mohit will be sending you a copy of The Man from Sector 6 in the post as soon as we can. And to Anne-Catherine S, we will be sending you some Jaffa cakes. Good. Enjoy, and hopefully, if you're on in a different continent, that customs won't completely fuck that up.
I was going to say, yeah. No, it'll be fine. We'll work it out.
Actually, it depends.
What if it's
Let's
not worry about it. Let's just send it.
It's just YOLO, isn't it?
If your local border enforcement agents kick your door down because of the Jaffa cakes we sent, they didn't come from us. They came from a different podcast. They came from Escape This Podcast.
Excellent.
Oh, brilliant.
So congrats Mohit, and congrats Anne-Catherine S. We'll send your prizes out to you as soon as we can. Let us know if you want us to do more stuff, and what kind of stuff you want to win. Do you want to win physical games, digital games, handshakes?
If it's TVs and things, then you're probably better to go to a higher rent podcast.
Yeah. What low grade small things we can find in the back of our cupboards come to you as prizes? Because we ain't got no budget.
Bid for our discarded ephemera. You really sold it, Janie. we should wrap this episode up because Bailey needed to go at 5.
Oh shit! Yeah, cool.
It's okay, do we?
Cool. I will take us home. I've lost my tab. That's fine. I'll riff it because that's what I do. Riffing. Yeah. Cool. So we will now vacate the koala's digestive tract because the rest of the post-apocalyptic scum and villainy that dwell within this place are starting to eye us up as if we are more food than friends. So we will vacate and we will traverse the wastelands in search of, what do they eat in like Mad Max? Lizards on sticks. Find
the chrome,
clean water, spray our mouths with shiny metal, and drive cars into storms because that's what people fucking do in Australia, apparently, according to George Miller. Mad Max is a great film, though.
Fury Road, one of the all-time greats.
Such a good film. So that we will now traverse into, I would say, the night, but it's probably eternal twilight because of all the dust that's blocked out the sun. And we'll see you next time on the Infinite Escape Room. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You little tinkers.